Help, Heather. My friend started X diet and she's losing so much weight, and I feel competitive with this and I feel awkward and I don't know what to do. And part of me wants to do what she's doing. Or my friend has lost X amount of pounds this last year and I feel like I haven't made as much progress and I'm feeling self-conscious and I don't know what to do. What should you do? So we're going to get into a little bit of a topic I think is good for the season we're about to run into, which is the January diet rush. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I told one of my clients. Do not become weighed down with wanting to know the tools she's using to lose the weight, aka the diet, aka the tracking, all that stuff. Don't think about that. That's just the same as using a wrench to repair a car. What you want to know is, first off, you don't know how she's going to do long-term maintenance, but what you want to know is how she's altering her life stress, how she is not doing the behaviors that put the weight on her to begin with. So look at this totally differently. Most of the time, two women will stand there, I lost so much weight. What did you do? Don't ask that question. Ask her, do you know what caused the weight gain to begin with? And maybe she'll say, yeah, stress-related eating, grazing, binge eating, maybe, who knows? She'll tell you, and you'll say, oh, okay. And what are you doing now to deal with that? Because in there would be the wealth of information that you actually could use. So if somebody is right now just focusing on counting calories or counting points and all that, but they're not dealing with the underlying issue of why they gained the weight to begin with. They're not good at stress management. They're not good with emotional eating. They're not good at setting boundaries. They're not good at all these things. They can deal with all that quote unquote later and just focus on the weight loss now, but in reality, that's not what happens. So there's a couple points to what I'm telling you. One, when people start talking about their quote unquote success, you and I both know the success will come after in them maintaining the loss. But if there was going to be a point of conversation around it, the point of conversation that's actually valuable to you is not what plan they're following or what meals they're eating or what food they're picking. It really comes down to, I used to emotionally binge when I got home from work and I set boundaries at work and now I'm not emotionally eating. That is going to be a much more helpful strategy and technique for you to start to implement if you struggle with the same kind of behavior. All weight comes from some kind of dysfunction in your life, whether it's too much stress, not knowing how to deal with it, not setting proper boundaries, not getting enough sleep. All these different things are what trip us up. We generally know what to eat and what not to eat. We generally know how to lose weight. Where we get tripped up in the weeds is when life happens. That's the thing that gets us in trouble. So instead of asking them about the food, instead of asking them about the fitness, start asking them about their life structure. Ask them how they deal with stress, how they deal with emotional issues, and ask them how they're changing that. And if they don't have any answers and all they're like is, well, I'm just counting calories, well, that's great. And I hope they keep it off. But the reality is whatever tripped them up and caused the 50-pound weight gain to begin with has got to be dealt with. So as a coach, that's what I spend most of my time doing, is trying to figure out where the weight came from, correcting those issues. So no matter what amount of weight somebody gets off, they get to keep it off. They don't go back to gaining it all that they've lost. So I'm going to encourage you, as you roll up into January, as people are trying new diets and new things, ask yourself not what they're doing on that day-to-day basis with their food. Ask them, how are they fixing the reasons that whatever the issue was that led to the weight gain? How are they making their lives less stressful, better functioning, setting boundaries, doing those things? Because that is the root of the weight. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.